Hey guys, sorry if you caught the beginning of this video twice already. Having a couple of technical issues. We were overdue for some of those. So let me just get this started and make sure everything is looking normal. The video was looking crazy the first two times, so I had to restart, but I think that we're good now. Okay. Hey everybody. Good to see you. Good to see some people popping in. Yeah, a couple of glitches. Not sure what that was about. The video was just looking weird on my end, and YouTube didn't want to let me fix it. So that's okay. We just restarted. Not a problem. Oh, good. Everyone's saying it looks and sounds good? Great. Love it. Now we can get started. That's okay. That's why I started a couple minutes early, because things like this do tend to happen to us and our Wednesday night crowd. John, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, third time's the charm. Absolutely. That's okay. We got it out of the way early, so hopefully now we're just good to go. Hey, everybody. Oh, good. Lots of people jumping in right now. Awesome. Hey, guys. Therapy time for cord cutters. Yeah, absolutely. If anyone has any venting, it's time for the airing of grievances. My eyebrows looking weird. All right. Hey, everybody. Colin, my day is going really well. Thank you. But has anyone else felt like this week has lasted 6 months? What is happening? I just feel like this week is going on and on. Jermaine said, let's cut some cords. Yeah, I did miss your comment at first. Thank you. Richard says that I am in for some very cold weather. Yeah, in Cleveland. It is already chilly over here. I am planning on just hunkering down at the beginning of next week. It is supposed to be very, very cold. Snow out in Connecticut. Yep, it's been looking like a little winter wonderland out here too. Yeah, snow everywhere, definitely. Jermaine, yeah, same. I woke up today thinking, oh, it's time for the weekend. No, it's halfway through the week. Raymond wants to know, will Plex live TV selections win out over Pluto and Zumo? To be honest, I don't think so. I think that what Pluto has going for it is that it's owned by Viacom CBS, so they have the opportunity to put a lot of that Viacom CBS content onto Pluto TV, so that kind of separates them from the others. Pluto TV is already pretty established too, so I think that they already have kind of a fan base. They have some dedicated viewers. I think they're going to be just fine. Zumo, on the other hand, a little bit smaller, a little lesser known, tongue twister. I would put Zumo and Plex kind of on the same level, to be honest. Let's see. Yeah, everyone's talking about it snowing. Oh my gosh, crazy. Next week it's polar vortex. I still don't completely understand what that means. I'll have to ask a meteorologist friend. 72 degrees in Texas, man. Let's see here. Oh, a question about Luke. Luke is doing well. Haven't caught up with him lately. CJ, I'm doing great. Yeah, thank you so much. Is it true that CBS is having a dispute with the cable companies? Yes and no. So what we're seeing right now is a lot of cable companies having blackouts. There was a huge one, AT&T TV and DirecTV, both owned by AT&T, have a blackout right now in about 20 markets, and some of those are CBS stations, but it's not because of CBS. It is Cox-owned stations, so the issue is really between AT&T and Cox. It is very unfortunate that a few markets are losing CBS right now because the Super Bowl is coming up, so hopefully something can get worked out by then. But as I stuck in the bottom of a post about that today, if you can't get CBS wherever you're at, CBS All Access will be airing the Super Bowl. Martin says, so what happens now with me with a WWE network going over to Peacock? Do I save $10 in that? Do you have $10 to use on a different streaming service? Yeah, save your money. If you already have a Peacock subscription, great. You will need to be a paid subscriber to get all of the content. So yeah, if you have both right now, whenever that happens in March, I would cancel WWE Network, watch it all on Peacock, use that $10 for something else, or just save it. Larry is freezing in Florida. What did you say, Larry? 30 degrees? 30s down south. Yeah, I think it's 20s right now up here in Cleveland. I didn't move here for the weather. Jermaine says DirecTV is about to battle with our ABC affiliate. Is that a Cox-owned one, I wonder? Seems to be the issue that they are dealing with right now. Oh, Luke posted a video about Walmart today. I missed that one. Thank you, DMS. Yeah, if you are interested in following Luke, you can find him over at LukeBK over on Twitter, and he does the breakdown over here on YouTube. We also had Luke join us last week to do our 2021 predictions post, so that was super fun. And then Philip and I made a video about that, so thank you to everyone who left really nice comments over on that video. We really appreciated it. I could not look at the comments because I always get nervous about what the comments are going to say. We've had some not so nice ones, but yeah, I finally went through and looked, and some of you, I recognized your names, so thank you for that. Let's see, when will Discovery Plus add live channels? That's a great question. I think that right now they're more focused on just adding more content, building up their content library, and really migrating some of those shows over to Discovery Plus. So I think it would be happening in the future, but I don't have any kind of timeline for you. Am I watching the Super Bowl this weekend? Yes, I am. Can't say I'm cheering for the Chiefs. I'm still kind of holding a grudge after that playoff game with my Browns, but I will be watching. Ron, sir, thank you so much. We're happy to have you here. If you have any cord-cutting questions, please leave them in the chat. If I can't answer something, somebody over in the chat probably can. Jermaine, thank you so much. Jermaine said that the stream with Philip was great last week. Thank you. We had a lot of fun doing that. It was a good time. And we were just talking today about some ideas for hopefully collaborating a little bit more and to do some more videos together. So glad you guys liked that one. Hopefully we will have more for you soon. Chris says Cairo TV, I think that's how you say it, K-I-R-O, TV owned by Cox is temporarily out for DirecTV. Yep, we put that one over in the post. That was actually the one that I went to get a statement from one of the stations to stick in that post too. So of course both companies are blaming each other. It's the same thing that happens every time. So we will wait and see what happens there. Richard says, do we know when Hulu will add the 14 Viacom channels that were announced? I wonder if you're thinking of YouTube TV. They were supposed to be adding some more Viacom channels. And yeah, great question. We haven't heard anything about that lately. So not really sure what's going on with those channels that are kind of in limbo. Whoops, sorry, I'm definitely missing some comments. So if you ask a question and I don't answer it, please ask again. It's probably because the comments just kind of are coming in and then my comment section starts scrolling through. Let's see. John is rooting for the Chiefs on Super Bowl Sunday. Okay. Aaron says, I ordered T-Mobile Internet, waiting for equipment. Yeah, we're hearing good things about T-Mobile Internet. We've had some people over on the Cord Cutting Tech Support group talking about T-Mobile Internet. People seem generally pretty happy with it. Deborah, hey, good to see you. Will YouTube TV ever add 5.1 surround sound to their networks? I honestly have no clue. Haven't heard anything about any updates in the works. That is definitely a good question for Philip, so definitely something that I will have him look into. He's much smarter about the sound side of things, also like video quality. Anything that has to do with numbers, let's be honest, not my forte. As always, love that so many of you have become friends, and chat with each other over in the chat makes me real happy. Love the little community we're building over here. Deborah says, I live in the Tampa area, go Bucks. Why am I filming on 720 instead of 1080? That is a great question, and I think it has something to do with the software that I'm using. This is what has been working, and every time I try to mess with it in the settings somehow, everything gets weird, and that's when we start having video problems. So I've really just kind of left it here after it started working. Yeah, lots of love for T-Mobile in the comments. T-Mobile Internet. Oh, yeah. So whenever we were doing the predictions post, thank you, Richard, for mentioning this. I made a little inside joke for all of you in the Q&A crowd. We always talk about all of these services with the plus sign popping up. And Richard said, Jess, your prediction of having another streaming service with plus in the name has come true. Documentary Plus was just added to Roku. Yeah, Tamara wrote that story for Cord Cutters News, and as soon as I sent her the link for the story so that she could write it, as soon as I sent that, I was like, another plus sign. Man, people are gonna love this in the Q&A chat, so I'm glad you caught that one. T-Mobile Internet is $50 a month. Yeah, I would say that's definitely the that's definitely what has been drawing a lot of people to T-Mobile. Mike, I know I keep saying I'm so sorry. I can't help it. It's whenever I'm reading. It's like a space filler that I need to stop doing. Sorry about that. Kim lives in St. John. I would like to know, you would like to get Discovery Plus. Do I know when you will get it? I do not. Let me make a note about that to look and see what Discovery's expansion plan is. The thing is, they usually just start in a limited location. Everything just starts in the US and then eventually they expand. So let me look into that for you. Play some polka music. I don't know about that. Do I think there will ever be a combo deal with YouTube TV and YouTube Premium? Maybe. I mean, they have the YouTube channel on YouTube TV already with extra YouTube content, so I'm not sure. G-Money says, recently switched from YouTube TV to Fubo. I like it, but the app layout of YouTube TV is more practical. Yeah, that's something that we hear a lot, that YouTube TV is very user-friendly, especially for people who are switching straight from cable into streaming. YouTube TV tends to be a pretty user-friendly service. I would agree with you about Fubo. I think people that are used to it really like it, but whenever I used it, I had a hard time getting used to it too. Same thing with Sling. I like it. I think it's a good, solid service, but I have a hard time with their interface. John says, Comcast Internet Essentials is increasing the speed from 25 to 50 for the same price of $10. Yeah, so this is their low-cost internet service, and we do have a post up about that. Tamara wrote that one also. She has been killing it this week. Lucky for me, because I have been super busy, and luckily Tamara is super on the ball. So yeah, their low-cost internet service, they are increasing the speed and keeping the price the same. Love to see it. They're also doing more of these hotspot areas for kids to do homework, so Wi-Fi in public spaces. So very cool. Love that they're doing that. They also announced today, was it Comcast? Yes. That they are not going to put a data cap on their internet yet. They are going to wait until July. So the Attorney General of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro, reached out to Comcast and sort of made a deal with the company to not do a data cap right now until after the school year. Excuse me, sorry. I've had a sore throat all day, so hopefully that doesn't keep up. If it does, we might have to end a little early. Sorry, guys. Man. News on, sheesh, sorry. Okay. Any news on Amazon getting Peacock? No, unfortunately. We've not heard anything lately. I really thought that would happen at the end of last year, and I was surprised to not see it happen. Yeah, another question about that. Yeah, sorry. I am taking drinks. I know, man, my eyes are watering now from coughing. It'll be okay. Peacock coming to Fire TV. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have an update yet. Like I said, I was expecting that to happen late last year or at the beginning of this year, and it just didn't happen. So we are still keeping an eye out. Freedom wants to know about Luke. Yeah, a surgery update. He did have surgery. From what I hear, he is fine, recovering normally. But yeah, you can follow him over on Twitter at LukeBK. I know, this cough came out of nowhere. It hasn't been happening all day. I've had a sore throat all day and drinking tons of water. But yeah, after this, I will have tea and honey. Maybe we'll end a little early so I can do that. If the coughing starts again, we'll wrap it up. No one needs to hear that. I know, sorry. News about SpaceX. That's a good question about their Starlink internet. The last that we really heard from them is that they had gotten approval to launch in the UK and a couple of other places, Australia, and I forget, there were some other ones too. But that was the last big announcement that we heard, and I believe that they have since launched some more satellites. So nothing huge, not any like major updates on Starlink, but again, we will keep an eye on that. No, it's not coronavirus, guys. I'm good. I'm clean, I promise. Pluto TV's next move. That's an interesting question. So they have been adding more channels. Earlier this week, they added 5 new channels. And I would say that's probably all that's going to happen for now. I can see them still adding more channels. They've been doing that pretty consistently. But because CBS All Access is rebranding to become Paramount Plus pretty soon in March, I wonder if we're going to see more dedicated channels on Pluto TV for Viacom CBS content. So sort of a marketing move, maybe. That would be my best guess for Pluto TV's next move. Stewie says a lot of Power Rangers episodes have left Netflix. I wonder where they went. I think that, was it Power Rangers that we just saw come to Hulu maybe? If anyone knows where to watch Power Rangers, please leave it in the comments. Jeff, no, not just you. We've heard other people say too that Lowcast hasn't been super reliable lately. So I'm wondering if they are just having some issues over there, but I have heard others say that over on the Cord Cutting Tech Support Facebook group lately, just within the last couple weeks or so. John's Touchpad says 60 more Starlink internets will be launching on Thursday morning. Okay, there we go. Thank you. You can always watch those launches too over on the SpaceX website. Also, if they have to delay it for any reason, they will post that on the website also. Lowcast is having growing pains. Yeah, that might be true. They really have expanded quite a bit lately. Freedom wants to know why they're changing their name from CBS All Access to Paramount Plus, and great question. I think it's because this is no longer going to be specifically CBS content. It's going to be from across Viacom CBS's portfolio of brands. So they want to let people know that it's a more all-encompassing service and also a more premium service. They felt like Paramount Plus had a more premium sound to it, I believe is what they were saying whenever they first made that announcement. Jermaine, no one's going to laugh at you here. This is a safe space for any kind of nerddom. Jermaine says he's in a Power Rangers group on Facebook and everyone's going out to buy the DVDs. I can't imagine that it won't be streaming anywhere. Someone's going to pick up those streaming rights. So Raymond wants to know if Lowcast is a legal service. It's a bit of a gray area, and yes, they say that they are legal. However, they are in a bit of a legal battle, but they are arguing that they are a nonprofit, first of all, and that their service kind of runs on donations, which is true. And they're saying that people just have a right to get these basic channels. So some people can't get their local channels with an antenna and they want to serve those people. So that is their argument. And so far it is holding up. So we will have to see. The networks are suing them and saying that they need to be paying for these retransmission rights, I guess. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there. DMS says, didn't I read that one of SpaceX's rockets blew up a few days ago? So that was not something that had to do with Starlink, though. I think that they were testing something out. Derek says, Charter Spectrum says that they've abandoned plans for data caps, but we pay for it. So Spectrum, whenever Charter merged with Time Warner, they agreed to not have any data caps for, I forget how many years, but it's running out in 2022 or 2023. But they were arguing that they wanted the ability to put data caps in place before that agreement was up. And they were just saying that because all of their competition has these data caps, that it's unfair to them. But yes, whenever this new presidential administration got started, they quickly withdrew that request. So for now, they should not have data caps. Michael says, pair a CBS mount. Yeah, that's great. Love it. Rolls right off the tongue. Daniel, thank you for asking. I'm doing great, other than that quick little cough attack that happened here. Sorry about that. Charters until 2023. Thank you. I was getting a couple of different contracts mixed up. Ooh, let's not drop the microphone. Man, so many issues tonight, guys. Thanks for everyone who's sticking it out with me here. Has Biden picked a new FFC chair? I believe, yeah. Let me look. I thought that he had. Yes, and her name is Jess. I like her already. I don't think that they have, I know that he had picked somebody, but I don't know if they have put her in place yet. Jessica, and I cannot pronounce her last name, Rosenworcel. All right, let's see. Tim says, I'm hoping that the new FCC chairwoman can get a vote to reinstate net neutrality. It sounds like that's her game plan. Yeah, oh, this is an interesting story. John says, did you guys hear that Jeff Bezos from Amazon is stepping down as CEO? Yeah, he's moving into a different position, so that's interesting. Any more free streaming services coming soon? That Documentary Plus service that someone just mentioned, I believe, is free. There were 3 different documentary streaming services all announcing their launches this week, so it's been just a lot. But yeah, one of them was definitely free. Also, Quibby content should be coming to the Roku channel pretty soon, so that's some new stuff for us to watch. Frayden says, data caps when everyone is stuck at home is ridiculous. Most people with 2 or more people will go over that limit. Yeah, that was the argument that we made in our post earlier today. It was also the argument that customers and Attorney General Josh Shapiro made, and apparently it worked. Comcast is not going to do the data cap just yet. Samuel's looking up Power Rangers. Thank you for doing the hard work, my friend. All right, let me scroll up. I think I missed some whenever I was going on and on about something. DMS says Spectrum is the only internet I can get right now. That's why I'm so wanting SpaceX and Amazon to get their internet up and running. Yeah, hopefully soon. SpaceX definitely will be before Amazon. I think Amazon is just getting started. SpaceX has already done beta testing, so hopefully they will expand soon. We will see. Curious though if the pricing is going to stay as high as it is right now. Oh no, Jermaine says I go over my AT&T DSL data limits every Wednesday when I watch this stream. That's awful. Will Peacock ever get audio description? That's a great question. I have no clue. Have not heard a single thing about that. So definitely something to look into. CJ, I get it. Yeah. Totally understand that you are still working right now. I'm having all kinds of issues. My microphone doesn't want to stand up. Man, oh man. This week, guys, I'll tell ya. Fire TV software update. Haven't heard anything lately unless you never got the last one. I think that one has been super slow rolling out. We've been having people ask about that week after week. So not really sure what's going on there, but no new ones coming that we know of. Freda wants to know if there is a Cord Cutters News mobile app. There is, to be honest, not a ton of features on it, but it does have our news feed of all of our news stories. Oh, okay. Colin says that Jessica Rosenworcel, I'm not saying that right, not a chance, is the acting chairwoman. Biden has not chosen someone yet. That's interesting. I thought that he had chosen her, but she hadn't been voted on yet. Do I think that Pluto TV will add a DVR? Probably not, to be honest. I think with these free streaming services, it's just kind of the basics. I would not expect them to have one, but you never know. Anything could happen. Yes, Mark says Sling raised its rates but increased its basic DVR to 50 hours. So that happened last week. Sling did raise its rates for new subscribers. If you were an existing subscriber since August of last year, your price is locked in place, so you should be good to go. But for new subscribers, yeah, an extra $5 a month, but also they upped their DVR just a bit. Oh, Mike says that Sling TV's 5-year anniversary is on February 9th. Any news of special offers? Not just yet, but we usually find out about those kind of at the last minute. So we will definitely post if we hear anything. I didn't realize that it was coming up already in February. All right, let's see here. What is my favorite streaming service? It's like asking me to pick a favorite child. I could never. I like a lot of them. Hulu has been a favorite. I've had Netflix forever. So kind of the basics. Love Pluto TV for free streaming. I've been using Sling a lot more lately, and I'm enjoying that. I just started using VidGo recently too. We did a post with them last week, and I started using that just so that I could get a feel for it before I wrote that post, and I've really been liking that one a lot. I think that they had some kinks to work out in the beginning, but it seems a little more user-friendly now, and I didn't have any buffering issues, which was really nice. Do my top 5. Oh, I don't know. It depends on if we're talking paid or free, live TV or on demand only. You're not going to get me to choose my favorites. It's just not going to happen. But yeah, those are some of the ones that I'm using and really enjoying right now. And I will be using CBS All Access to watch the Super Bowl on Sunday. Yes, I did make coffee before I started tonight. Maybe that's why I'm coughing. It was the coffee. Yeah, I did. And definitely feeling like I have a little more energy tonight than I did last week. It was a little touch and go there for a minute. John says, except for the constant disconnects from the home network, my only gripe with the recast, whether it's on Ethernet or Wi-Fi, other than that, it's great. Yeah, I saw that, John, you had mentioned that you had the recast. People have been asking some questions about it. And Philip also has a video where he compared all of the Fire TV devices, if anyone's interested. But I will agree, I do have better luck whenever I connect a device directly with Ethernet instead of going over Wi-Fi. It's just a more stable connection. Okay, something happened in my comments, jumped all the way to the bottom. Oh gosh, Samuel, I started reading your comment and I got scared. Samuel says, Jesse made it so hard to watch cable anymore. Good, that's my job, I guess, helping you break free from the high cost of cable. I started reading your comment and all I saw was that I was making things hard to watch, and I was like, oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Come back for Philip's videos, he's better at this, I promise. You want Pluto TV to add the weather channel. They do have some weather channels, just not the weather channel because of cost, I would assume. Will Lowcast go away because of the lawsuit? I don't think so. I haven't heard anything about the lawsuit in months and months, but I think Lowcast will stick around. Personal opinion. Brie, no milk in the coffee. I drink my coffee black. But yeah, I agree. That definitely would have caused the coughing. I think I've just been talking too much today. I've been in meetings all day long. Too much talking for one day. April said, I tried cable again. Horrible. It went out after one night. Yep, that was your sign. Stick with streaming. April says, Fubo is my new favorite service. What do you like about it? I would love to know. Brett says, there's nothing on live TV. That's why I stream. Yeah, you know what? Agree. I usually watch things on demand. There are a couple of shows that I like to watch live, but I can do that with my antenna. So yeah, on demand for me too. I hear all of your suggestions. I will switch to tea next time. No milk. Noted. So sorry about the coughing. That was really obnoxious. YouTube TV is your favorite. Yeah, lots of YouTube TV fans in the Cord Cutters news group. So April says with Fubo, the interface is great, easy to read for low vision. Oh, good to know. Timothy says, any news on new streaming services? Yeah, it's funny. Philip was out for a couple of days. Whenever he came back, he said, how many new services have launched? And the answer was 2. They were both documentary streaming services. We got news about, I think, 3 new ones launching. One of them has already launched Documentary Plus. You can find it on Roku. And 2 more other than that. So those are the only new ones that I know of, but there is lots of content coming to all of these services. So definitely check out our What's Coming posts. We usually post those at the end of the day, at the beginning of the month. So check those out. Lots of new content coming. DMS says, seems like all of the networks only have reality and game shows anymore. Yeah, agreed. I think the reality shows were easier to film during coronavirus than some of the scripted stuff, so I'm wondering if that's kind of what the issue was there. Michael is waiting for Discovery Plus to get more shows. That's what they're working on, from what I can tell. Hey, Bill, how are you? Donald loves the DVR feature on YouTube TV. Yeah, that's definitely a selling point for YouTube TV. They have an unlimited DVR that really outshines most of the others. For OTA users, you can manage shows and reminders through the TV Guide app. Yeah, so the TV Guide app just got a redesign. And yeah, you can mark shows so that it will show you whenever there's an update. You can set reminders to watch your favorites. When is Quibby content coming to the Roku channel? We did not get an exact date. They said that they just had to do some work to, I guess, probably format it to work on the Roku channel. It's a little weird, I think, because Quibby content is obviously in quick bites. So these short little segments that don't necessarily match up with the way that the Roku channel normally presents content. So I think they just needed to do some work to get ready for that. So I don't know that we have an exact date. Hopefully soon. There are some shows I wouldn't mind watching. YouTube TV needs to improve their guide. So something that we hear people say they like about YouTube TV is the ability to change the order of channels. So I guess that's one plus about their guide. Purnell says, would be nice to have ABC, NBC, Fox, and ION networks bring back game shows in the daytime, family-friendly viewing. Yeah, it always reminds me of days that I stayed home sick from school and I would watch The Price is Right. That was my favorite. So I like those daily game shows. I agree. But luckily, you can find all of those game shows streaming on demand. How do I like the new Batwoman show? I actually have not watched it yet. It's definitely on my list. But I have been watching WandaVision. I have a couple episodes to catch up on now, but I'm really kind of enjoying that one now. I'm getting more into it. Yeah, Buzzer is free OTA if you're looking for game shows. Mike, I hear you. Yeah, there's been a lot of mixed reviews on the TV Guide update, but they have somewhere on their website where you can send feedback, and definitely do, because they're still working on it. G-Money says, I wish that Fubo would let you sort recordings alphabetically. Yeah, that's a great idea. Definitely a complaint of mine too. I have a hard time finding things. Good reviews on Batwoman. Yeah, Jermaine, definitely I'm avoiding the spoilers for WandaVision. I just don't have time to watch during the week, so I have to hold out until the weekend. Tim says, my locals increase their transmissions. Some channels have come in more clearly with no digital cliff effect. Awesome. Love that. Did you have to rescan or anything, or did that just happen? Lots of love for Batwoman. You guys are making me want to go watch it right now. Yeah, Bill, I did see that story earlier today that PlayStation Vue was sold to T-Vision. Not sure exactly what happened there. I know that one of the PlayStation Vue execs helped to start T-Vision, and you're saying that those channels were on Vibe. That's interesting. I'm not really sure what happened there, but I'm assuming that we will learn more eventually. Samuel wants to know if I can stay later because Bill got here late. I will stay until around 9 unless I start coughing again, and then I'm gonna head out early. Any word on the cord cutting mugs? No, but I did mention it in a meeting earlier today. This was something that Luke started. We just had a little store where you could buy things like this, t-shirts and mugs. But yeah, I definitely would love to have just like a little place on the website where you can go buy your Cord Cutters News merch. Brett says WandaVision has filled the void of The Mandalorian. Wow, that's high praise. Larry is a fan of Schitt's Creek. Yes, same. Absolutely love that show. One of my favorite shows in 2020, which is when I finally started watching it. Timothy says, how is Luke after his surgery? He is doing well from what I know. You can follow him on Twitter over at LukeBK if you're looking for more updates. I know that he was chatting with some people over there about it. Jermaine says we should all buy Cord Cutters News t-shirts and wear them every Wednesday. Wow, that's going to get real weird real fast. Hey, Annette, good to see you here. Thanks for stopping in. Bill says, deal alert, everyone. Domino's Pizza, you can order online and get free Epics now for a month. No credit card required. Love that. Pizza and a movie, perfect. John says, programming note, CBS is starting a new show called Clarice on February 11th. I watched the trailer and it looks scary, but if that's your thing, great. And it will be on CBS All Access. April wants to know if the Roku channel will add paid channels. Love that you can change channels. I would pay for their easy interface if they had HGTV and history. So kind of, you can get premium subscriptions through the Roku channel. I'm not sure about things like HGTV and History channel, but I don't know. I feel like with things like HGTV and History, Discovery Channel and stuff like that, that they will charge fees to put that channel onto a full channel lineup. I don't know that they're really doing a whole lot with just making a single channel available anywhere for a paid subscription. If that made any sense, I feel like I was rambling a little bit there. Sorry about that. I was trying to read and speak at the same time. Never a good thing. I would say probably not. Your best bet would probably be to subscribe to a service through Roku. Any word on Paramount Plus coming out? Yes, CBS All Access will rebrand to Paramount Plus next month. I believe, isn't it March? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody said summer. 181 people watching right now. Awesome. Oh, now we're down to 176. Somebody didn't like that I was questioning myself about that Paramount Plus date. Bill wants to know any news about the missing TV Everywhere, including Universal. I'm assuming that you're talking about on T-Vision, and no update. All they told me was that yes, they have many channels available with TV Everywhere, and I think they said that they were working on adding more, but there is a full list on Cord Cutters News, also over on the T-Vision website. You can find it. It just takes a little bit of digging, but no updates right now, but I'm expecting them to keep adding more. Mark says, no news on Bally's regional sports availability. We did a post over the weekend about that they have a new logo, they're rebranding, they're changing the names of all of those stations. So definitely check that out. That's the most recent info that we have. March 4th, thank you everybody. Thursday, March 4th, Paramount Plus will be available in the US and Latin American markets. Thank you. Yeah, I thought it was March. Somebody said summer and it threw me off. I thought maybe I was getting things mixed up. It happens. It's an hour-long chat that we're having here. It's a lot of numbers. Samuel says sometimes it's hard to type on your phone. Fair enough. Sometimes it is hard to remember all this stuff and recite it, so it's fine. It's fine. Frayden says, anything you can do to avoid the Disney Plus price increase if your subscription isn't till after the increase date? Can you resubscribe early? I guess if you wanted to unsubscribe and resubscribe, you could. And if you do an annual subscription, I think you'll save a little money. So that would be an option. But otherwise, I think we all just have to take the increase, unfortunately. All right, the comments have slowed to a halt. So if anyone else has any questions, or if you just want to chat about what you're watching right now, maybe it's Schitt's Creek, maybe it's WandaVision, maybe it's Batwoman, and you can tell me that I need to watch it. Also, sometimes the chat just stops for me, which is always an adventure too. G-Money says, does Fire TV have less storage room than a Roku? Ooh, I actually don't know. I get messages occasionally on Fire TV that it's running out of memory. I have way more apps on Roku than Fire TV. I think it would obviously depend on which device you have. If you're using a Fire TV stick, a Roku Express, I would think that they would be similar. But, I don't have those numbers right in front of me, but that's an interesting question if anyone has a quick answer for that. Oh, Chris, I forgot about that show, American Pickers. I used to watch that with my mom sometimes. Brett says, just finished 13 Reasons Why. Turned out to be a good show. Michael says, I heard Disney Plus is coming out with Star. Any news on Disney Star? Generally we don't cover things that are international like that. So we haven't posted anything lately, but there are some updates. I would recommend checking out the website called What's on Disney Plus. They have updates about all of that. Every time that there is an international launch, they post about that. Mark is watching Quirketter's News, the favorite YouTube channel. Love to hear it. Martin is saying, yeah, Fire Stick has more limited space. Samuel gets 12 gigs on his Amazon Cube, so definitely, obviously, depends on which device you're using. Peacock added Modern Family. Yeah, I was excited to see that one too. Great show. Country Swag says Fire Stick has 8, Cube has 16. We should do a post comparing storage. I'll write that down so I don't forget. Comparing storage. Aaron says, Jess, you are getting more snow there in a few days. Yeah, definitely planning on going grocery shopping this weekend and stocking up so I don't have to go anywhere. Howard wants to know about the comment section for quirkettersnews.com. I will explain that real quick. It happened a while ago. We did this months ago, but the comments had gotten a little rough. There were some kind of personal attacks in there, some really not great comments. Things got pretty bad, so we decided to just pause the comments for now, especially around the election. I know tensions were high and people were starting some political arguments and fights and insults were being thrown around, so we just decided to pause the comments for the time being. We'll bring them back eventually, just not right now. Donald might watch some Disney Plus later. Awesome. Gargoyles on Disney Plus, a classic. Paul, wow. Okay, some strong feelings about Fubo TV. Big fan. Love it. Jermaine says, I was going to watch The Little Things on HBO Max, but it got bad reviews, so I'm just rewatching the show Atlanta on Hulu. So I watched The Little Things on HBO Max over the weekend. It was okay, nothing amazing. Did not love the ending at all. I would say worth a watch if you are bored and looking for something to watch, but it was not amazing. Purnell says, Punky Brewster fans are anxious for the reboot series coming to Peacock. Oh, that was one of my favorites growing up. So yes, I am one of those fans. DMS just finished watching The Good Place on Netflix. Now watching The Colony. That's on my list too. And Three's Company on YouTube TV, a classic. Let me write down Colony before I forget to watch it. You guys always have the best suggestions. Frayden says, Rokus are currently on sale. Yeah, definitely. I'll get a post up about that tomorrow. Thank you. Dennis is watching The New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh on Disney+. Awesome. Paul, no, completely understand. Love the joke. Totally get it. G Money says you need to watch last season of The Good Place. Oh, it's so good. So good. Brett has gotten into Call Me Kat. You know, I only watched the first episode and I didn't love it, so maybe I'll give it another chance. Rick says, what about a new Apple TV? Rick, did you read our predictions post? Luke thinks that Apple is done making hardware. He thinks that there will be no more Apple TVs. But we will wait and see. Philip is chomping at the bit to get his post up about a new Apple TV. Jermaine says Apple is going to get more into gaming now. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised about that. I hear that their Apple Fitness is really good too. If anyone's tried that, let me know what you think. Donald says, how do you like the movie Endgame, The Avengers? Oh, I love The Avengers. You're speaking my language. Big fan of Marvel and DC movies. Yeah, so for people asking about a new TV, Apple TV, we have heard that they were coming out with something, but we've been hearing these rumors for months and months, since like summer of last year. So it's been kind of an inside joke over at Cord Cutters News. Philip has been ready to write a post about a new Apple TV, and every time that Apple has an event, he's all ready for it. He is on it. He is watching these events. He's ready to post, and nothing. We've gotten nothing. So now we're speculating that they might not come out with anything. Ricky is going to watch The Big Bang Theory tonight on HBO Max. Speaking of The Big Bang Theory, have you watched The Flight Attendant on HBO Max? That's been one of my favorite new shows. Any news on ATSC 3.0? Unfortunately, nothing yet. Still waiting to hear about more people making these converter boxes, the tuners. Just kind of waiting to see what happens, but I have not heard a whole lot just yet. Oh yeah, I see a couple of you mentioning Saved by the Bell. So Dustin Diamond, who played Screech, passed away, sadly. But yeah, I'm wondering too if they'll do something for Saved by the Bell over on Peacock. Yes, Peacock? Michael says Outside the Wire on Netflix is good. Oh yeah, Ricky says Kaylee Cuoco was nominated for a Golden Globe for The Flight Attendant. I think that was well deserved. Ooh, this is a fun idea. Jermaine says, Jess, you should host a spoiler discussion show. Each week we all vote on a show and watch it and then discuss the episode. Oh, I love that idea. That would be super fun. Philip and I were just throwing around some video ideas, so I will mention that one for sure. Is The Flight Attendant, a thriller or a comedy? Little column A, little column B. It is definitely kind of an action adventure show. It's got a little bit of a mystery to it and definitely some comedic moments too. So it really helps to kind of break up all of the action and everything. Kind of has a little bit of everything. I really enjoyed it. Brett says, I got an email from Apple that my Apple TV subscription has been extended until July. Yep, I got the same one. This is the second time that they have extended that free trial for people who bought an Apple device and then got the year free of Apple TV. They're now extending that for a second time, so lucky us. All right, guys, just a couple more questions, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Deborah says they are doing a special on Peacock. I hadn't seen anything about it. Thank you. Wish Fubo TV would add TNT, could care less about CNN. I have shows that come on TNT. Yeah, I'm not sure if they'll be coming back or not, unfortunately. All right, guys, I think we will end it there. It looks like the comments are kind of slowing down. So thank you all for being here with me. Thanks for sticking with me through that little cough situation and the video issues at the beginning of this, but we got there. We figured it out. Thanks so much for coming back to hang out with me, and I will see you all again next week. Bye.